If someone asked me today for advice about becoming a freelance copywriter, one of the questions is whether they should even do it in the age of AI, and then what they should do if they're thinking about doing it. So I want to give you my honest take based on where I see things right now, and some of the advice might actually surprise you. Let's talk about it. Is it worth it to become a copywriter in 2026 and beyond? How would I counsel someone who's thinking of making the jump? Maybe they've, been in a business, a copywriting adjacent business. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe they're a former journalist and they got laid off and they're thinking about it. Or maybe it's someone on the younger side in college who's thinking about doing it. Or maybe it's someone who's just looking for side hustle. Here's my honest advice. I'm not against doing it. Just know it's not going to happen overnight, all right? I know that there are plenty of YouTubers out there and the gurus who are like, here's a blueprint for, 6-figure copywriting and to make 4 figures after a month. Again, pie in the sky. If you're a unicorn, maybe. And even then, I think that's a big maybe right now in 2026. It is hard out there. It is competitive. There are too many people like me, meaning people who have a ton of experience, who are probably better suited to a lot of these clients than you, who's just starting out, if that's the case. And that's nothing against being new. I was new once. But my point is, it's so competitive. So my advice would be, don't quit your day job or your part-time job and think you're going to start without any clients. Like, get some clients going first. Do some of the side hustle. Freelance at night, freelance on the weekends. You're probably going to be working a lot, especially if you're carrying a full-time job or a part-time job, but that's just part of it. All right. I did that in the beginning too. So make sure things are really humming, that you actually have a small roster of clients. Make sure you have at least a year's worth of savings, I would say. 10 years ago, I was like, have 6 months of savings because you could do it that quickly. Now I would say at least a year and probably more than that. Make sure the people in your world are supportive. If you have a supportive spouse, parent, partner, whatever, that can be helpful, and let them know that this is probably a 12 to 24 month thing that you're trying to figure out. If it happens faster, great. But it's probably going to take that long to ramp up. All right. It's hard out there. The other big thing I would recommend is, in addition to learning the ins and outs of copywriting, and copywriting and content writing often get conflated. I use the terms interchangeably. I know I shouldn't. Copywriting is any writing that sells a product, a service, or a cause. Okay. It's persuasive writing. It is selling something. All right. It's the stuff that you use in advertising and direct response sales letters and longer landing pages, and you're getting someone to do something, usually buy something. That's copywriting. Content writing is, the blog writing, the white papers. Email marketing can be considered both, depending on what you're promoting. If it's a newsletter, which goes out via email and you're just updating someone about something, that's more content writing. If you're trying to sell something, that's more copywriting. Again, the terms blur, and things blur even more now. So you will see, and people debate this, but that's just the way it is. Job listings, the people posting the job listings usually don't know the difference. So you'll see people list copywriting tasks under content writing job listings and vice versa. Okay. In addition to learning the ins and outs of both, and I don't think, and I do see people say this and it always surprises me. Some people are like, people who are copywriters can't necessarily be long form content writers and vice versa. I'm like, why not? Why not? You're limiting yourself by even telling yourself that you can't learn it. Of course you can learn it. You can learn what goes into copywriting, you can learn what goes into content writing. There's no reason why you can't do both. I've done both. Anyhow, different subject. But in addition to all the writing stuff, what you need to know now is graphic design. So you want to get good at, I would say Canva's a great place to start. There might be others. And I'm sorry to all the graphic designers out there. I know that this kind of, infringes on your world, but this is where we're at. I hardly ever see a content writing listing or copywriting listing these days that doesn't include mention of, Canva as a nice to have or a must have or some sort of design ability. They want everything. So you're going to need to bring that to the table. 10 or 15 years ago, no one would have expected me to do a design. Now that is an expectation. I'm actually doing some of the Canva Design School tutorials. I recommend you do as well. All right. Learn it. Get comfortable with it. Practice. Practice for your own business. Create a logo, create, a color palette, create a mood board, all that sort of stuff. Learn Canva. The other thing you need to learn, I do believe this, is social media. I'm not talking about just how to post something on Facebook or Instagram, but to really dig in and understand the nuances. And that's a big ask. 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, social media managers, that was its own separate job. But I'm seeing more and more job listings now for copywriters and content writers that include social media management, and not just doing the occasional post, but really understanding things. They talk about, chasing trends on TikTok and things like that. That's a big ask. I know the basics of most platforms. I'm deeply immersed in YouTube land because that is kind of the thing I'm most interested in and I favor and I have a lot of fun with it. But if there were a client that wanted me to get all into TikTok, like I get TikTok, I have a TikTok account that I don't go to all that often. I don't know the hot trends. I don't know what people are doing. I don't spend a ton of time there. I would have to do that if I were seriously thinking about looking for a full-time content job. I'm pretty sure I would. So my advice is, if you're thinking of becoming a copywriter or content writer, make sure you're up to speed on social media. I get it. It's a big ask. We're asking you to do so much more than just copywriting or content writing, but I do believe if you want to be competitive as a freelancer or as an employee, you need to know all the things. So just keep that in mind as well. You need to stay up on SEO, search engine optimization, AEO, answer engine optimization, and GEO, generative engine optimization. And I'm sure there's going to be another acronym at some point. This is the stuff, if you're doing any sort of writing for online, so websites, social media, YouTube, whatever, you need to understand how search works, how it's changing, how it works in the face of AI overviews and AI mode and ChatGPT. You need to understand all of that because your clients are going to want to be part of the game. All right, be part of the AI overviews or the conversations in ChatGPT and Claude, etc. You need to understand how that works. And here's the thing, it is changing daily. So I'm sorry about that. For so long, it was all about just SEO. And for a while that just became a rhythm and you dealt with some of the updates and the changes and stuff like that, but it was doable. And now it's just overwhelming. And I'm sorry about that, but you do need to keep up with it and read about it. And of course, the other thing you need to do is learn AI. Don't be that person who says, I'm not gonna learn AI. I just don't believe in it. I get it. And even if you choose not to use it at all in your copywriting, content writing, you still need to understand it because your clients are going to have questions. You're going to need to understand how things work. And guess what? Even if you don't use it, or if you say you're not going to use it, you're using it. You're already using it. If you do a Google search today, you're using AI because the AI overview comes up the majority of the time in informational searches, and you're probably digging into AI mode without even realizing it. If you use Siri or Alexa, that's all AI. You are using it. So don't say you're not going to use it. Learn it. Doesn't mean you have to use it to do writing. If you don't want to use it to do writing, don't use it to do writing. Be the person who says, look at all the ways you can use AI and none of it involves writing. I'm trying to do that more just because I truly believe that. Leave most of the writing for the writers. And let's work out all the other ways that we can use AI that are going to be beneficial to your daily work life and your daily life. All right, that wraps up this section of the video. I actually had recorded a 45-minute video and realized I had 3 videos in one. So I cut them up and I turned them into 3 videos. That was the end of whatever part it was, 1, 2, or 3. I am Robin the Copy Bitch. If you got anything out of it, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.